Going to have the lecture in forensic medicine about the various poisons which are acting on the CNS. These poisons are mostly depressants of the CNS. Some of them are the stimulants, but the stimulants also ultimately lead to depression of the CNS. Now, the brain is quite a large organ, and there are a few groups, and ethyl alcohol is the most common of the CNS depressant poisons. So when we say CNS depressants, so first of all it is the ethyl alcohol, and you have been taught about alcohol in pharmacology just now, and I was reading some of the questions which you have put to the pharmacology people, and presently after the lecture in forensic medicine you will be having many answers of the questions which you have put to the pharmacology people. Now we come to the ethyl alcohol poisoning. Ethyl alcohol poisoning is the most common poisoning in the world. It is the most common poison for which the medico legal examination or the toxicological examination is being performed. Alcohol, which is actually ethyl alcohol, is a psychoactive drug which has strong CNS depressant effects. Many people they think that probably it is a stimulant, but it is not a stimulant, it is a depressant. It is one of the inebriant poisons. Alcohol is a classical inebriant poison. In this class of poison, it is characterized by two sets of symptoms. First, there is an excitement present, and then there is narcosis or sleep. The other poisons which are included in this group, they are the anesthetics, the sedatives, the hypnotics, various fuels, जैसे हमारे यहाँ समद बॉन्ड है, and the insecticides. So all of these, they may initially start an excitatory response, and then there is CNS depression which is seen in the form of narcosis or coma. In general term, alcohol means any intoxicating drug, and it is of special significance from toxicological point of view because it is the most common poison which is taken by the people, and the medico legal examination is performed for this reason, and the toxicological analysis are also conducted for the detection of the alcohol. Now, what is the physical appearance of ethyl alcohol? In a pure form, this alcohol is clear and colorless, volatile liquid. It has a characteristic fruity odor and sweetish burning taste. It is usually obtained by the enzymatic fermentation of the sugars and carbohydrates. So, if we place a solution of sugar and yeast are present, then it is the sugar is fermented by the yeast into ethyl alcohol. The ethyl alcohol may be of different types. Absolute alcohol contains 99% of ethyl alcohol. It is not for the consumption. It is not to be drunk. Rectified spirit contains about 95% of alcohol. Industrial or methylated spirit is a mixture of 90 to 95% of ethyl alcohol and 5 to 10% of methanol. It is methylated spirit. It is a denatured spirits. A small quantity of methyl alcohol is added so that the people may not be consuming it. Surgical spirit is similar to methylated spirit, and it also contains small amounts of and oil of wintergreen. Surgical spirit, which is used to clean the skin, or the hand sanitizers nowadays, all of them they contain ethyl alcohol. Proof spirits refer to standard mixture of ethyl alcohol and water in a relative density of 12 to 13, 12 part of water and 13 of alcohol. It may be 9.28 of alcohol by weight, and this is when this mixture is burnt, it starts burning. Arak is the country made liquor, usually distilled from the palm, from cereal, or from jaggery, yani gur. Distilled spirits are the spirits which have been extracted by evaporation and condensation. Some of the names are brandy, whiskey, rum. They contain higher percentage of alcohol in them. There are various uses of alcohol. One is that it is used as a social beverage the world over. Even in the Muslim countries where the use of alcohol is prohibited, it is being used as beverages, social drinks. Then it is used as solvent. It is used as solvent in the perfumes, in the aftershave lotion, in the cologne. Then there is medicinal spirit. In the medicinal spirit, it may be used as a solvent, as a vehicle, like in the cough syrups, or it may be as a rubbing agent on the skin or for disinfection. And then it may be used as a preservative for the viscera in the form of rectified spirit. This is in the museum specimens or in the pathology, but not in forensic medicine. Now, the mode of action. Ethanol is a CNS depressant. Many people they think that it is a stimulant. No, it is a very strong CNS depressant. Initially, there is suppression of the inhibitory neurons, causing apparent or paradoxical stimulation. So, in the small doses, the cortical neurons they are depressed. So, their action is inhibited. So, the inhibitory action of the neurons it is suppressed, and the behavior of the person is apparently stimulated. It primarily causes depression of the reticular activating system. Frontal lobe of the brain are sensitive to lower concentration, causing mood changes, followed by the occipital lobes, which lead to visual disturbances, and then the cerebellum, which causes loss of coordination. Now, after being consumed or after being drunk, it gets readily absorbed from the GIT. About 20% is absorbed from the stomach and 80% is absorbed from the small intestine. Empty stomach enhances its absorption, whereas the presence of food, particularly fatty food, head injury, or depression of the CNS already due to any reason, it retards the absorption of the alcohol. If the stomach is empty and alcohol is drunk, then pylorus it opens and all the alcohol it goes into the small intestine where it is readily absorbed. Similarly, if partial gastrectomy have been done, then the absorption of the alcohol from the stomach would be very rapid. Now, metabolism of the alcohol is one of the poison which is metabolized in the body. The absorbed alcohol it is metabolized in the liver. All the absorbed alcohol from the stomach and the intestine they reach the liver through the portal system, and about 90 to 95% of the alcohol which has been absorbed and reaching the liver, it is converted ultimately to carbon dioxide and water, and also producing 4 to 5 calories per gram as well. Rest of the 5 to 10% of the alcohol it is excreted unchanged from the lungs, from the kidney, and from the large intestine. So it means that a fixed percentage of absorbed alcohol is being excreted through the breath, another is being excreted through the kidney, and some through the feces also. Very small amount may be excreted through the sweat, or in the lactating woman, it may be present in the breast milk. Now there are three ways for metabolism of the alcohol, which is mainly by the liver. First of all is the enzymatic pathway, and the enzyme is alcohol dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase is an enzyme which is present in the hepatocytes. So the alcohol which is reaching the hepatocytes, it is first metabolized to acetaldehyde by the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase. And then this dehydrogenase, this acetaldehyde is further converted into acetic acid by the aldehyde dehydrogenase. but the aldehyde dehydrogenase is mainly present in the muscles. Ultimately, there is production of acetic acid, which is then converted into carbon dioxide and water. The enzymes which are involved are alcohol dehydrogenase and aldehyde dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase is mainly present in the liver, aldehyde dehydrogenase is mainly present in the muscles. This is the main pathway of the metabolism. This is the main pathway. There is another pathway which is microsomal ethanol oxidizing system, which is known as MEOS, and then peroxidase and catalase system. Non-metabolized alcohol is excreted by the kidneys and by the lungs. Percentage of blood alcohol falls at a rate of about 10 to 20 milligram percent per hour. Or we can say that the liver, if it is healthy, can metabolize about 7 grams, 7 to 10 grams of alcohol or 10 cc of alcohol per hour, and the blood concentration of alcohol is going to fall at the rate of 10 to 20 milligram per hour. This is due to hepatic metabolism. When the rate of drinking exceed metabolism of the alcohol, signs of intoxication appear. If a person is gulping down large amounts of alcohol, then the liver will not be able to metabolize the amount consumed, and the blood alcohol concentration it is going to raise, and signs of intoxications will be appearing. The alcohol can affect many tissues, many systems in the body. Rather, it is affecting all the tissues. First of all, there is brain. It alters the anatomy and the physiology of brain cells. It may cause brain cells to die. It blocks the information of memory. It dulls the senses and causes irreversible damage on the long term scale. Then in the GIT, it, it can cause gastritis. There may be bleeding, which may be triggered by the alcohol. It may it has been linked to the formation of gastric cancer also. In the cerebellum, it impairs the physical coordination. So there is incoordination of the eye movements, of the speech, of the gait. In the heart, which is also a muscle, alcohol can deteriorate the heart muscles. So cardiomyopathy may be present. In the reproductive system, the male hormone level changes causing lower sex drive. So there is lower level of the testosterone. In the men, there is gynecomastia. Irregular menstrual cycles may be present in the female. Ovarian malfunctioning in the females may be present. And in the newborn baby, there may be alcoholics. The newborn baby who are born to the alcoholic mother, the child may be showing birth defects, congenital defects, or fetal alcohol syndrome may be present. In the immune system, the immunity is lowered and the prevention of infection is less. The cells, they cannot function properly. That's why the chances of infection it is much more, and the person may have increased chance of viral and bacterial diseases. The liver is the most effective organ, and it filters most of the alcohol out of the bloodstream and break it down. Because of its high caloric contents, alcohol takes the place of important nutrients which cause malnutrition. So first of all, there is malnutrition present, particularly of the water soluble vitamins, vitamin B complex. Excess calories become stored in the liver as fat, which is one of the earliest signs of the alcohol liver disease. The fatty liver, the liver becomes enlarged and fatty, and then the liver cells they die eventually, and these are replaced by the fibrous tissue, and it is known as the cirrhosis of the liver. Nodular, small, and hard liver, which is known as cirrhotic liver. Alcohol poisoning Ethyl alcohol depresses the CNS regularly from the cortex to the medulla. It first depresses the higher center, which control the judgment and the behavior. So, if the concentration is such that the higher center only are affected, we say that the person may be in the stage of excitement. Then next is the motor centers, which is then the stage of incoordination. There is incoordination between the eye and hand movement. The person is unable to talk. Person is unable to focus his gaze, and the slurred speech and staggering gait may be present. Finally, the vital centers in the medulla, they are affected, and the person may be in deep sleep or in coma, which is called as the stage of narcosis. Poisoning by alcohol can be acute or it can be chronic. It is mostly chronic poisoning. Acute poisoning is not so common, but chronic poisoning is very common. Acute poisoning tends to produce three stages when taken acutely. Acutely mean in a large dose, which the liver is unable to metabolize at the time. Excitement, incoordination, and narcosis. The stage of excitement occurs at blood concentration of alcohol between 0.05 to 1%. That is about 50 milligram to 100 milligram. There is a feeling of well-being and pleasure resulting from the inhibition of the higher center. The higher center, they are inhibited, so the person feels very well and he is very pleased with himself. There is generally an altered behavior. The social value of alcohol depends upon its power of paralyzing those inhibition which manifest themselves as shyness, with the result that the drinker converses well, laughs and smiles more readily, and become angry more easily because of the lack of normal restraints. He may behave in an obscene manner or talk in a vulgar manner. This stage is therefore called flippant stage. The physical appearance is that the face is flushed, the conjunctiva, they are injected, that is they are red. The pupils, they are dilated and sluggishly reacting to light and accommodation. Breath smells of alcohol. Pulse is markedly accelerated. There is tachycardia present. Some people, they retain a remarkable degree of mental clarity despite being intoxicated. These are generally those people who are otherwise used to taking alcohol. The person is gay and vivacious, but he is not fit to drive a motor vehicle at blood concentration of about 100 milligram percent and above. The statutory limit in most of the country is 80 milligram percent of the blood alcohol. Now, there are certain countries where alcohol is taken as a social beverage and they allow the use of alcohol, but they do not allow the people to be in the possession of a vehicle when their blood alcohol concentration is more than 80 milligram percent. Some have got their statutory limit of blood and alcohol concentration even less than that, like 50 milligram in France, 80 milligram in England. The second stage is that of incoordination. The blood concentration of alcohol in this stage is between 100 to 300 milligram percent. There is an incoordination of the speech. The speech becomes slurred. Thought and action, all of them, they become incoordinated. The incoordination of the speech leads to confusion, and hence this stage is sometimes called as the stage of confusion. Memory for recent event is impaired. Incoordination of speech makes the speech slurred and incoherent. There is difficulty in pronouncing the consonants. वो सही तरीके से बात नहीं कर सकते. Incoordination of the muscles lead to a staggering gait. Skill movements are impaired and reaction time is increased. Medico-legal, this is an important stage when offenses are committed. A person in charge of a vehicle or machinery may commit an accident, or otherwise moral person may be involved in sexual crime because this is a confusional state. The physical appearance is that In this stage, the eyes of the person they are suffused, they are red. Pupils are dilated and sluggishly reacting to light and accommodation. The vision is impaired. Transiently, double vision may be present. Diplopia may be present. Mouth becomes dry. Tongue is furred. Breath smells strongly of alcohol because alcohol is being excreted in the breath also. Nausea and vomiting are common, and vomiting may be dangerous because if the person is not in his proper senses, he may inhale the vomitus and may die. Person may suffer from hiccups, generally is untidy in his appearance, meaning that there may be incontinence of urine in the clothes, there may be soiling of the clothes with vomitus. So the person is untidy in his appearance. He may become morose, gay, or irritable depending upon his inherent emotions. The stage of narcosis, the third stage, the alcohol concentration in the blood is more than 300 milligram. This stage is also known as the stage of coma. The person goes into coma. Patient passes into deep sleep and responds only to strong painful stimuli. Dryness of the mouth, tongue is also dry and furred. Sometimes there is excess salivation, but generally there is dryness of the mouth. The pulse is rapid and the temperature is subnormal because the alcohol is CNS depressant. It also depresses the temperature regulatory system, heat regulatory system in the pons, and there is subnormal temperature present, which may be a cause of death. A lateral nystagmus is usually present. This is the eye because of the incoordination of the eye muscles. McEwan sign may be present. In this stage, the pupil they are contracted, but on stimulation of the subject, like pinching the neck or the face, the pupil they dilate from the side. If the neck is pinched on the right side or the face is pinched on the right side, then the pupil from the right side it is going to dilate initially and then slowly return to their original size. First, it is going to dilate and then it will be pinpoint again. This sign differentiate alcoholic coma from other comatose conditions in which there is constriction of the pupil. Commencing medullary paralysis may be present. There is slow, stertorous respiration, cold, clammy cyanotic skin, dilated pupil, abolished reflexes, and almost imperceptible pulse. That is, blood pressure is down. So the pulse becomes slow, the respiration becomes very slow, the body temperature it becomes lowered, cyanosis may be present, pupils become dilated, reflexes are not present, pulse cannot be palpated, blood pressure falls. Now, in most of the cases of acute alcoholic consumption, usually there is a recovery after few hours of sleep with residual effects or the residual after effects, which are mainly headache, irritability, fatigue, nausea, abdominal discomfort, etc. So, this is known as hangover. After effects of consuming alcohol, it is known as hangover effects or after effects of alcohol. This is also known as Monday morning hangover. Saturday night paralysis, it occurs in the stage of coma. A worker who has received his salary at the weekend goes on drinking, and while in a drunken state, he might assume an abnormal posture with resulting pressure on the radial nerve. So, this is known as Saturday night paralysis. The hand and the forearm, it may become paralyzed. Death from acute alcoholism is rare unless large quantities have been absorbed in a very short time. Recovery takes place with acute depression and GIT irritation, which may last for 24 hours. So, generally, in acute alcoholic intoxication, the person does not die. and recovery usually takes place. The effects, the after effects, they may remain for 24 hours or even more than that, but generally the person recovers. Now, the fatal dose, it depends upon the habits and the amount of the liquor taken. So, a concentration of blood alcohol in the 400 to 500 milligram percent or above of alcohol in the blood, or an intake of 150 to 180 mils of absolute alcohol is sufficient to cause death. This is in a case of a person who is not otherwise accustomed to taking alcohol. The fatal period is about 12 to 24 hours, but it may be delayed for 5 to 6 hours depending upon the mechanism of death. If it is due to renal failure, hypothermia, or if it is due to coma or infection or hypostatic pneumonia, then the fatal period may be increased. Now, treatment of acute alcohol overdose. Now, till recently, alcohol was a compound which did not have any antidote, but nowadays it has. Now, whenever you come across a patient of acute alcoholic overdose, quickly take the history. If the person is in a state to give you any answers, and do physical examination, assess clinically the condition of the poisoned person. Then the respiration is to be assisted. We can give oxygen, artificial respiration. We can pass the endotracheal tube. We can connect the person onto a ventilator and do suction whenever required. If there is hypostatic pneumonia or there is any pulmonary edema present. So assisting the respiration is number one. And the blood should be taken for blood alcohol concentration. Mind you, this is not available for clinical purpose in our country. So, but standard procedure is that the blood should be taken to determine the blood alcohol concentration. Second is the blood sugar, then the blood gases, the pH of the blood, LFTs and the RFTs. So these are the baseline investigations which should be performed. Because alcohol, it causes hypoglycemia. Alcohol causes hypoglycemia. That's why we have to give concentrated glucose IV. It is 25% of glucose. It is given IV, also with vitamin B1, because there is generally a deficiency of water soluble vitamins. So we have to give IV concentrated glucose so that no hypothermia may be present, and vitamin B1 is to be given so that the metabolism of the glucose may proceed normally. Otherwise, there may be precipitation of certain psychological manifestations like Korsakoff psychosis. And because it causes acidosis, that's why we have to calculate the blood gases and the pH, and if the pH is lowered, then we have to give sodium bicarbonate IV. This is the three-prong treatment. IV glucose, it is not 5% or 10%, it is 25% glucose. Vitamin B1, generally 100 milligram IV, and sodium bicarbonate IV. Then evacuate the stomach contents and wash the stomach with warm water and sodium bicarbonate. Warm water because hypothermia should not be present. Sodium bicarbonate so that there should not be any acidosis. Catheterize the patient because there may be this alcohol is a very good diuretic, though the bladder may be distended. So when we catheterize the patient, the bladder can be emptied. If there is any sign of pulmonary or cerebral edema, then we may have to give the person any diuretics. We are never to give large amount of fluids because anytime there may be cerebral edema or pulmonary edema present. Do not give fluids in large amounts. Exclude other surgical or medical conditions like the head injury. We should not be thinking that the person is suffering from acute alcoholic overdose and in fact maybe that person may be suffering from another condition like injury or hematoma. So there may be certain signs which may be present. Pain in the eye may lead to blindness or cataract, vomiting and inhalation, breathing problems, abdominal pain leading to shock and collapse. Generally, this is due to pancreatitis, decreased lung function because of the depression of the respiratory center in the medulla, chemical burns on the skin, which may be present because of cigarette smoking, and reproductive problems such as pelvic inflammatory disease may be present in the female. Increased infant mortality may be present in the alcoholic. Death generally does not occur in case of acute overdose, but if it does occur, the cause of death is mainly due to depression of the respiratory center. The main cause of sudden unexpected death in the alcoholic is through the fatty degeneration of the liver. Many people they die suddenly and unexpectedly. Most of them they are alcoholic and they have got fatty liver, and this may be a cause of the death. There may be hemorrhagic inflammation of the pancreas which may lead to the death of the person. This is also in case of chronic alcoholics. Fulminating infections because it lowers the immunity, so there may be various infections present. Irreversible brain and liver damage may be present, poisoning with various substances present in the cheap alcoholic concoctions. Now the अभी किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि कच्चा शराब जो है वो मिथाइल अल्कोहल होती है? नहीं, कच्ची शराब मिथाइल अल्कोहल नहीं होती. It is cheap alcoholic concoctions, so there may be certain other toxic substances present in that, either to increase their volume or to increase their effect, like other CNS depressants may be added to them. So if there is any poisonous substance which is present in that alcoholic concoctions, that poison may lead to the death of the person in combination with the alcohol. The patient may bleed to death from relatively minor trauma because of the liver disease. Generally, the clotting factors they are deficient. Accidental deaths are very common. Person may fall and die due to head injuries. The person may be exposed to cold and may die due to hypothermia. The person may be burnt by a fire, may drown, or may aspirate when intoxicated. Alcohol is very lethal when taken along with other CNS depressants like barbiturates, which are the sleeping tablets. They cause the sleeping tablets. They cause the CNS depression, and on top of that, alcohol also is going to cause CNS depression. So the combined effect or the synergistic effect, it is such that the death may occur. So depressants like barbiturates, morphine, and in the presence of natural disease of the heart and lung, the alcohol may become lethal. Another thing is that alcohol is usually an underlying cause in many deaths, like death due to shooting, death due to road traffic accidents. Again, it is very important in case of unethical behavior of a doctor, because a doctor may be drunk and then maybe doing the professional work like administrating anesthesia to a patient or causing surgery to a patient or delivering a baby. So this is very common. Rather, this is the commonest unethical practice which may lead to the damage or death of the patient. Now, the post-mortem appearance of the person who has died due to acute alcoholic intoxication externally, the clothes are in disorderly or torn condition. Stains may be present due to vomit or blood. Blood may be from the stomach because gastric bleeding is quite common, or it may be from certain injuries or from nosebleed. Eyes are suffused, that is red. Pupils are dilated. Mouth is dry. Tongue may be furred. Rigor mortis lasts longer. because hypothermia is present. Then usual bruises and injuries may be found because of the fall and because of the easy bruising due to lack of various clotting factors. On opening the body cavity, there is a strong smell of alcohol. Blood is fluid and dark. Brain is edematous. Edema of the larynx may be seen. A bolus of food may be present, seen obstructing the larynx, which is known as cafe coronary. In cafe coronary, the person is drinking and eating at the same time, and there may be choking on a bolus of food in the presence of alcohol, and rapid death occurs, and it is known as cafe coronary. It is a death due to choking. It is not a coronary artery disease death. Fatty liver and acute hemorrhagic pancreatitis may be seen when the death is sudden or unexpected. Mucous membrane of the small intestine may be edematous, but generally they are not ulcerated, whereas there may be ulceration present in the stomach. Brain damage is seen, brain is congested and edematous. The smell of alcohol is present. Smell may be present in the individual who sustained head injury with subdural or epidural hemorrhage and survive for some days, in which the peripheral blood may have become negative for alcohol. So a person after taking alcohol may fall, may sustain head injury, may become comatose. So if we take the blood alcohol, it may become zero because of the continued metabolism in the liver. But when we perform the post-mortem examination, we will find that the brain is congested, edematous, and it is smelling of alcohol. Still, it is smelling of alcohol. Analysis of the intracranial blood clot may reveal initial blood alcohol level at the time of injury. Now, the chronic alcohol poisoning, it is more common. It results from the continued use of alcohol. It is characterized by gradual physical, moral, and mental deterioration. The person is becoming ill physically, person is becoming amoral, and mental deterioration is also present. But in spite of all these things, he or she is continuing in the use of alcohol. Physical degeneration is characterized by lack of personal hygiene, loss of appetite, chronic gastroenteritis, wasting, muscle wasting, peripheral neuropathies, impotence, sterility, and fatty changes in the liver and heart. Alcohol is hepatotoxic. Cirrhosis of the liver in chronic alcohol poisoning is quite common. Mental deterioration is present. The person may be losing the memory. Wide sociological abnormalities may be present. The person may be losing his job, may not be doing any work, may be maladjusted with the family. Mental degeneration is present, and dementia is also very common, loss of memory. Now, the long term effects of ethanol, small to moderate consumption, systemic, increase insulin sensitivity, and a lower blood sugar level, and low risk of diabetes, brain atrophy, reduced number of the silent infarcts, decrease the risk of dementia in the blood. It increases the high density lipoproteins. It decreases the thrombosis. It reduces fibrinogens, and it increases the fibrinolysis. It reduces the artery spasm from stress, and it increases the coronary blood flows. That's why they say that consuming alcohol in small amount, particularly wine, red wine, it may be cardioprotective. In the skeleton, they say that higher bone mineral density may be present, but large consumption, there is impaired development of the brain. Wernicke's Korsakoff psychosis may be present. Vision changes may be present, ataxia may be present, impaired memory may be present. There may be increased incidence of cancer in the mouth, trachea, esophagus. In the blood, there is anemia present. In the heart, alcoholic cardiomyopathy is very common. In the liver, there is hepatitis, chemical hepatitis, and cirrhosis. In the stomach, there is chronic gastritis. There may be even cancer. In the pancreas, there is acute hemorrhagic pancreatitis, which may be the cause of death. Peripheral tissue, the increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Psychologically, there may be signs like craving for alcohol, irritability, antisocial personality, depression, anxiety, panic, psychosis, hallucinations, delusions, and sleep disorders. There are certain effects which are seen either way if the person is drinking small amount or consuming large amounts. The joints, the the musculoskeletal system, reduced risk of rheumatoid arthritis may be present, but osteoarthritis is quite common. Gallbladder, reduced risk of developing gallstones, and kidney, reduced risk of developing kidney stones. The chronic alcoholism, it is mostly on the CNS. It is characterized by three syndromes. One is delirium tremens, second is the Korsakoff psychosis, and the third is the acute hallucinations. Delirium tremens is actually acute withdrawal of alcohol. If a person is in the habit of taking alcohol for a long time and he suddenly cut off from alcohol, he is going to go into delirium tremens. Here the signs are opposite to the signs of alcohol. There is stage of excitement with hallucinations which last for 3 to 4 days, and they result from cerebral edema and increased CSF pressure. These are frequently seen in chronic alcohol as a result of an unusual bout of drinking, after which the person may go into coma and may be cut off from further drinking. Sudden withdrawal of alcohol, acute infection in which the person is not drinking again, shock, and exposure to cold. It is characterized by an acute attack of insanity. The person is just like an insane person, mad person. Main symptoms are sleeplessness, marked tremors, excitement, fear, hallucinations, which may be visual and occasionally auditory. Suicidal and homicidal tendencies may also be present. It is a condition of acute withdrawal of ethyl alcohol in a chronic alcoholic. It is a serious psychiatric emergency because the patient may become homicidal or suicidal in response to his hallucinations. These patients must be hospitalized. In the hospital, they may be sedated, they may be observed closely and treated for delirium tremens. The second condition is Korsakoff psychosis. It is a syndrome characterized by hallucinations, disorientation, multiple neuritis, antegrade amnesia, and confabulation. This is invention of a purely imaginary past. There is a gap in the memory, and the person does not know what he has been doing previously. So he invents something on his own, which is really not true. This stage may last from about 1 month to 1 year. Acute hallucinations may be present. In the state of hallucinations, chiefly auditory, with symptomatized delusions of persecution lasting from weeks to months. Delusions of persecution, like people, they say that they are hearing voices, people are against them, they are out to kill them, and things like that. Other symptoms, they include Wernicke's encephalopathy and beriberi. This is vitamin B1 or thiamine deficiency. This occurs because the ethanol interferes with the GIT transport of thiamine, and chronic liver damage further reduces the thiamine activation and storage. The main feature includes mental confusion, nystagmus, ophthalmoplegia, unsteady gait. That's why in the treatment of alcohol, we have to give thiamine. Additional deficiency of nicotinic acid with resultant manifestation of pellagra may be seen. Because these vitamin B compounds, they are water soluble, that's why they are excreted rapidly from the body through the urine, as the alcohol causes diuresis. So the amount of thiamine in the blood in the body may not be present, and beriberi may be present. In the other systems, there may be alcoholic hepatitis and cirrhosis. Alcoholic hepatitis is enlargement of the liver, fatty liver, and then fibrosis and nodular appearance of the liver, which is known as the cirrhosis. Chronic gastritis and peptic ulceration, even there may be gastric carcinoma. Chronic pancreatitis. Generally, there is an acute pancreatitis through which the patient may not survive, but in some cases, the patient may survive the acute phase of the disease, and there may be chronic pancreatitis. There is another manifestation which is very common, that is cardiomyopathies. There is cardiomyopathies present in the heart. There may be dimness of the vision, amblyopia may be present. It is present in ethyl alcohol, but it is more manifest in methyl alcohol poisoning. Alcohol amblyopia. Endocrinal and metabolic disorders. Metabolic disorder like there is hypoglycemia present, there is acidosis present, there is deficiency diseases present, and there may be Malraux syndrome, which is excessive vomiting leading to tear of the mucosa of the lower esophagus and hemorrhage. This may be a terminal event leading to the death of the person. Now, the post-mortem appearance in the chronic alcohol, the patient dying after chronic ingestion of large amounts of alcohol for a long time. The finding they include degenerative change in the liver, kidneys, and brain, atrophic gastritis. You may remember Rasputin, he was suffering from atrophic gastritis. Cirrhosis of the liver, shrinkage of the cerebral cortex, the gray matter. These are common among the chronic alcoholic with subdural hematoma. Subdural hematoma because of the fall and increased tendency to bleed because of the lower amount of the clotting factors. Other findings may be same as seen in the acute alcoholism. The metabolic aspect, the medical legal aspects are that ethanol is one of the most widely abused drugs all over the world. ठीक है? Many people that say this is a drug, it is not a drug at all. It is a poison. Poisoning but by alcohol is comparatively common. It is common because most of the examinations, medical legal examination of the living person, post-mortem examination of the dead bodies, it is performed to know whether there was any alcohol present in the body or not. Similarly, the toxicological analysis of the various specimens by the Forensic Science Agency laboratory, it is also conducted. The commonest test is for the detection of alcohol. Death directly due to its ingestion is rare. It is not a fatal poison like cyanide poisoning or insecticide poisoning. So death directly due to its ingestion is rare. However, there is a liability to fatal complications such as head injuries, suffocation, drowning. It may be responsible for the death of the person. In most of the cases, if we routinely test the blood alcohol concentration in every dead body, we will find that many people who have head injuries, they have alcohol in their blood. Many people who have drowned, they have alcohol in their blood. Many people who have burned and death is due to burning, that may be due to alcohol. Cannibalism is common cause of sexual jealousy crimes, especially those of homicidal nature. So if a person is chronically addicted to alcohol, may kill the wife because of sexual crime due to the hallucination that the wife is having a secret affair with another person, or he may be having an hallucination that all the ladies, all the females, they are unfaithful and he may cause mass murder. The addict may become suspicious of his wife's chastity and kills her or the child to take revenge. Women addicts do not kill their husbands, but they often mutilate them or commit suicide themselves. A passenger who takes a lift from a drunk driver, knowing it, knowing that the driver is drunk, accept the risk of contributory negligence in the event of an accident. So, if a person is found in a vehicle which is being driven by a drunk driver, that person will also be facing the charges of contributory negligence in the event of the accident, in the killing or injury, in the case of the killing or the injuring of the other people. Another thing which is very common, it is the use of guns. A person after taking an amount of alcohol may use the gun to commit suicide or accidental injuries and homicide, very common. Similarly, knife injuries. Now, the differential diagnosis, when you get a person in this condition, it is not always that the condition is the result of alcohol intoxication. There may be other conditions which simulate alcohol intoxication. Pathological states which simulate alcohol intoxication. First of all, head injury. The cerebrovascular injuries. Now, head injuries may be present in the form of extradural hemorrhage, subarachnoid hemorrhage, and uh, in the head injuries, alcohol may also be present. Both of these conditions may be present simultaneously. That is, a person after taking alcohol may have a fall, may have a head injury, and may be showing the signs of alcoholic intoxication and also the signs of subdural hemorrhage. So, head injuries are the top of the list. So we should never say that the person is suffering from alcohol and he is going to be all right after some time because he may be suffering from head injury. Other metabolic disorders like hypoglycemia, because hypoglycemia is one of the signs present in alcohol, but it may be an insulin, excess of an insulin present leading to hypoglycemia, hyperthyroidism, impaired liver function due to any other reason, not alcohol, diabetic pre-coma and uremia. So these are the metabolic disorders which may be present. There are certain neurological conditions which are associated with arthria, ataxia, tremors, disseminated sclerosis, intracranial tumors, Parkinson's disease, epilepsy, vertigo. So these are not due to alcohol, but these have got other causations also. There may be other drug intoxication like carbon monoxide poisoning, like other CNS depressant. Psychiatric pre-existing conditions like hypomania, general paresis, all these things they may be simulating the alcoholic intoxication. Miscellaneous conditions like very high fever, amnesia, aphasia, vertigo. So many of the signs they may resemble that of alcoholic intoxication. There are certain conditions in which a very small quantity of alcohol may be present, but it seriously impairs the coordination. There may be exposure to extreme cold. After taking alcohol, if the person is exposed to extreme cold and fatigue, if the person has partial gastrectomy or pre-existing confusional states, neurological and psychiatric condition, cerebral states like hypertension, depression, and cerebral atherosclerosis. So, in the all these conditions, the effect may be very pronounced, and the blood alcohol concentration may be very small. The alcohol and its effects on the target organs. First of all, it is the CVS. Excessive alcoholic consumption has long been associated with cardiovascular disorder including cardiomyopathy, hypertension, coronary artery disease and stroke. Recent evidence suggests that moderate alcohol intake can actually provide a measure of cardioprotection, particularly against coronary artery disease and ischemia reperfusion injury. Hypertension. One of the most important complication of drinking alcohol has to still to be recognized. It was suggested that alcohol might be responsible for almost one third of the cases of so-called essential hypertension. So, in essential hypertension, where there is no reason of the hypertension, alcohol may be the reason for the hypertension. Study of the patients who are dependent upon alcohol have shown that about 50% of such people they have got hypertension, the blood pressure over 140 over 90, and the blood pressure returned to normal after detoxification in most of the patients, and it remained normal as long as these patients stayed abstinent. As long as they did not consume alcohol, their blood pressure did not rise. How come there is hypertension present? Two distinct mechanisms are known: a slow pressure effect of alcohol that is seen after 2 to 3 or more days of regular drinking, or withdrawal related one. The pathogenesis of the slow pressure effect is elusive. No significant change in the plasma catecholamine concentration or renin activity were found after 4 days of alcohol, though alpha adrenergic responsiveness was decreased, which would suggest that the sympathetic activity was set at a higher level after alcoholic intake. So it is a symptomimetic substance. Direct vasoconstricting effect of alcohol has been postulated, though in most vascular bed it is seen only at the near lethal concentration. In the usual concentration, there is no vasoconstriction present. Alcohol withdrawal hypertension is more clearly linked with pressure substance. Plasma noradrenaline concentration, renin activation, concentration of the aldosterone and cortisol are raised during the withdrawal, though only cortisol concentration correlates significantly with the BP. So you can see in the picture internal organ like the liver, the brain, the uterus and the developing baby, the pituitary, the adrenals, the heart and the muscles, which may be cardiac muscles, all of them they are affected. On the stomach, the effect of alcohol is very destructive. Stomach cannot produce sufficient quantity of gastric juices. Atrophic gastritis हो जाता है. This decreases the absorption of essential nutrients from the food, and this improper digestion leads to nausea, emptiness, prostration, and distension. So, an alcoholic loses interest in food and craves for more drinking. This leads to permanent disorder called dyspepsia. एट्रोफिक गैस्ट्राइटिस भी हो जाता है. Vitamin B12 deficiency, pernicious anemia, all these things they are more common. Effect of alcohol on the liver, it is quite well known. Alcohol consumption leads to severe liver damage. The membrane structure is severely affected, preventing proper dialysis and free secretion of the bile juices. The liver becomes enlarged due to dilatation of its blood vessel and thickening of the tissue. So this is known as chemical hepatitis. It follows contraction of the membranes and shrinkage of the whole organ in its cellular parts. The structure of the liver may be changed with fatty cells and undergo what is technically designated as fatty liver. On the kidneys, due to alcohol consumption, fat deposits inside the vessels of the kidney and the vessel lose elasticity and contraction power. The blood is not purified properly and the body gets filled with impure blood. The alcoholic damage to the liver, it is very, very pronounced. Chronic alcohol abuse results in increased susceptibility to the lung disease. Effect of alcohol leads to a severe deficiency of an antioxidant glutathione in the lungs, as the lungs are particularly dependent upon glutathione for protection from oxidative changes, especially in the small airways where breathing takes place. Decreased glutathione leads to damage to the epithelial cells and the fluid that lines the lungs, change in the barrier functioning of the pulmonary cells, and increased susceptibility to apoptosis. Heavy drinking and its relationship to lung disease is like driving on a highway without a seat belt. Said the scientist, it is risky behavior, but it does not cause injury unless you get an accident. Okay, inshallah, we'll continue next time.